What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Game Assets Garden channel. My name is James, and this is the very first live stream. So today I'm just going to be trying out the audio settings and the video settings and making sure everything looks good, especially on the VOD. So it's going to be a very short stream, probably 15 minutes, something like that. But I don't want to have a pointless stream, so I'm going to go through my new process flow for creating audio assets. It's kind of new for me, the whole idea of creating audio assets. I've been doing 3D modeling for the better part of 2020. So please don't be too mean if I do something stupid with this audio creation stuff. Don't be an eggplant. You know what I mean. But yeah, so anyways, let's just jump right into it. So if you can see my screen, I think you can. It looks like it. So on the upper left-hand side, we have the raw files and basically my work folder. So this is a GitHub repository. So I separate everything out by category, just like it would be on the live website, gameassetsgarden.com. In the bottom right, that is where I take the finished product and put it into a Unity project, and I make sure that everything looks good before I ship it to the site. And on the upper right-hand side, that's where I put the finished files for uploading, and the bottom left is for social media sharing stuff. That's not going to be used during the stream because I don't know what's safe to share on the stream, so... Anyways, okay, I guess I should describe what's over here on the right-hand side. So when I consider it a finished product, I have an image that represents the actual waveform of the audio asset. So let's open it up and take a look. You can see the stereo waveform here. This is the flashlight switch turning on slowly. So this part here is depressing the switch, and then over here is when the switch is released. So that's all that is. That's what will be displayed on the website. On the next part here, the one labeled sample, the MP3 file, that's what the user will actually hear on the site when they click the play button. So it's a very compressed MP3 file. Mostly because we want to conserve as much bandwidth on the site as possible. Since providing everything for free, I need to keep it cost effective, and to do that, one way is limiting the bandwidth usage. So the final thing is a zip file that contains all the audio assets that the user will get when they click the download button. Currently, I'm shipping audio assets with MP3 and OGG format, two of the most common audio formats. If you want some other audio format and you think it's imperative that I include it on the website, just let me know. I'm kind of new to the audio stuff, so open to opinions and suggestions. So let's just jump right in. The last one I have to work on for right now is the switch turning off slowly. So I will open that up in Audacity. And I should share with you that I did create a spreadsheet to go through my process flow. Of course, it's getting edited out. Why did I make that green? I'm an idiot. Anyways, I'm not really planning on showing you all the details in this. I can share it on social media if you want. But basically, it goes through step by step to make sure that I keep the flow the same every single time. I'm a stickler for quality, so the best way to do that is to have a process flow. If you couldn't tell, I've worked in a factory before and a corporate environment. Documentation is everything. So the first thing is I always record the audio with a HD recorder. Mine is old. I'll just be straight with you. It's old. But I was planning on buying a new one, and I figured, what the heck, I'll just give the old one a try and see how it sounds, see if it still lives up to the quality standards from back then. I think it was 2003 or something. I don't know. It's early 2000s, but it's the ALBIS DS30. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a very simple audio recorder. It actually is like, I think the default is this, and then there's like this HD stereo microphone that you can get for it. Mine came with it. I bought it like that. But yeah, so I just record it with that. I try to keep it, you know, at least a decent distance away from the actual audio source to limit the clipping. So once I do that, I take the raw file and I dump it into Audacity. So let's go ahead, just select the whole thing. What's the shortcut for Zoom? Control E? Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I don't know if there's a shortcut to expand the waveform vertically. If anyone knows, please give me a heads up, because that would be a huge benefit to do that automatically. All right. So now that we have the sound clip in Audacity, we need to first take out the noise. So let's see. I'm going to play this here. Hopefully you can hear it. I don't know why it's... Okay, it is coming through. Okay. Okay. So you can hear the clicks, but over here you can clearly hear a bunch of background noise. So we want to get rid of that. Just make sure it's far enough away from the sound of the click. So I'll just go right around here. Select this section, go to Effect, and then Noise Reduction. And then select Get Noise Profile. So basically, the noise reduction effect is using this as a sample of noise to reference. And then what you do is you select all. Whoops. You select all, and then you apply it. So you go back in there. Noise reduction. And this is my current settings, reducing the noise by 20 dB, sensitivity 6. And yada, yada, yada. So just click OK. It might not look different, but it will be. See? No background noise. Much, much better. So now that we have the noise taken out, we got to take out the clipping. And the clipping is identified by these red lines here. That just means that the sound wave is going so high in amplitude that it's beyond the capability of the input, so it's flattening the peak of the sound out, and we don't want that. So I'll select everything again, and we will go down to Clip Fix. My default for this is 100% and -4 dB. This is still like early on settings. I mean, I'm probably gonna fine tune this later, but it works for now. Okay, click that, and you can clearly see that the red markers are gone and the clipping is down significantly. So let's take a quick listen. Yep, much, much cleaner. Okay, now let's go, and we need to trim the audio. So I want to get it as close to the first click as possible in the beginning. Because if you think about it in the game, when you click a button for any object, but in this case a flashlight, you want, as soon as the user like presses a button, that the click sound happens immediately, because in real life that's what would happen. It wouldn't be, oh, I'm gonna click the button and then hear it a few seconds later. So let's get as close as possible here. I'm just gonna zoom in. Doesn't have to be super zoomed in, but let's just do it like this. Okay. I think that's probably good. Let's just trim it out and then see how it goes. So just highlight and click delete. Still seems like a bit of a delay. I want to trim it just a smidge more. Okay. that sounds pretty good. Whoops. Control E. Now to get rid of the end. The end is a little bit trickier with the trailing sound. So you might be able to hear that. I don't know. It's barely registering on Streamlabs, so I don't know. You'll just have to trust me, I guess. All right. I'm going to trim it to here first. See if I can zoom in a smidge and just try it out. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Might be a hair close to the end, but it still sounds natural, so yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so we'll save that. Do Control A, Control E, because we want to zoom it in. Let me just double check my spreadsheet here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, trim, zoom. Okay. So now we can do our audio exporting. We'll just do that by going to File, Export. Let's do the OGG file first. Go in the proper folder, OGG. I have mine set to 3 because I want a pretty significant compression. I tried it several times throughout this whole scale. It seems like you can't really tell the difference in this range here. Once you get further down, then it's pretty obvious, but right here it still sounds like a high quality sound effect file, but it has super small disk space usage, so I think I'll stick with that for now. Click Save. I'm just going to load my template. This is just metadata file information that's going to be saved in the actual audio clip. So I'll just put flashlight, switch 1, slow off. And no track number. Okay. All right, so one done. Now we need to do the MP3 file for the audio asset. And for that, I use the standard quality. Whoops. No, I want that to be set to that. Standard quality, fast joint stereo. Okay. Save that with the same metadata. And then finally, we want to export the sample clip that's going to be on the website. So I'm going to set that to medium, the lowest quality setting. And then I'll put sample at the end of the file name. And then again, use the same metadata tags. Okay, so that's done. The actual audio part of this is done. Now we need to actually capture the waveform to display it on the website. Now you notice by looking at this technically is nearly dead space. There's not really any sound right there, right? But visually it looks like it's garbage. And that's kind of just a bug with Audacity. If you see that, I went up by like 1 pixel in the zoom and it changes. So it looks like garbage, looks good, looks like garbage, looks good. So it's just something stupid that I have to deal with, but it is what it is. So I select that location, and then I do Alt print screen because I have 2 monitors. So if you hold Alt and press print screen, it grabs the actual window or monitor that you're actively on. So I'll go into paint.net, create a new file, just Control N, and then typically it will automatically set the canvas size to the size of the image in your clipboard. I don't know why I was blanking on that. Yeah, but the clipboard. So just do that, and Control V to paste it in. And I'm not too picky about this. I just quickly grab it in the beginning. Can do Control-Shift-X to cut out the selection, and then I just quickly fine tune it at the very end, like that, and that's pretty close. Yeah, it doesn't have to be exact, right? It's just a visual representation. So do Control-All, copy, and then I open up GIMP. Now you may be wondering, why do I do it in Paint.net at first and then switch over to GIMP? They're both graphic editing programs. The main thing is Paint.net is really good at doing quick edits, right? So you can do the most basic things really fast. GIMP has a lot more in-depth options and stuff, so I tend to not use that for anything that's just basic. Hey, what's going on? Sorry, I didn't see you in chat there. I'm kind of getting used to this first stream, you know. But yeah, so how's it sound? Is the sound coming through good? And the video and everything? Oh, I actually forgot something. My bad. Gotta delete the background. I just use the magic wand, click on the background, and press delete. Super easy, super quick. Then I'll just recopy that, go back to my GIMP file, and create a new canvas. On my site, I always do 1080 by 1080. It's always easier to manipulate images that are, you know, perfect 1:1 aspect ratio. So do that. Add an alpha channel so I can select everything, delete the background, and then I want to edit and paste in the image from the clipboard. So I'll just paste it as a new layer. Of course, you can see that it's cut off here, but that's easy to fix if you right-click on the new layer and go to Scale, and then I just make it match the canvas. So by doing that, you're actually going to stretch it out, but that's fine, right? Because audio files are just basic waveforms. So if you stretch it to, you know, within reason, it's going to look still pretty good. So, all right. So that's all I do for that. And then I'm going to export it. Oop, actually, I'll save it first. That'll be easier. GitHub audio. You can't rename in here? Oh boy, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just do this. All right. I'm too lazy to type it out. All right, so click save. All right, now we can export it as PNG. Again, for my site, I like to keep everything super compressed to save on bandwidth, so I've reduced the quality by a ton. And by a ton, I mean a smidge. It's weird. When you set it to 9 versus 1, it drastically compresses it, but the file size doesn't change that much. I think it's just because of the transparent background. I don't know, but anyways, set it to 1. And that's it. So let's close all this stuff. Let's see here. Make sure I got everything out. Okay, yeah. So we got the 3 sample files, and we also need the images, which were saved in the wrong location because I'm a tool. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Paint.net is totally just a copy. Paint.net, yeah, is a copy of MS Paint, totally. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I get so focused on doing the actual content that I find it hard to, break from what I'm saying and checking out chat. But yeah, I totally totally see what you're saying. So you use SVG. Yeah, I'm just not too familiar with SVG format when you pull it from a standard copy paste like a screenshot. Uh, does that actually convert it to like a simplified vector graphic, or is that like a really complex vector graphic file? I guess I'm just I'm not familiar with how a normal image is converted to SVG. The base 64, I do use base 64 when I'm loading the images into the form that gets uploaded to the website. Those are some good points, though. Thanks for sharing that. I'll definitely look into it because bandwidth is everything. So do you use GIMP too, Alex? All right. All right. Back on track. Let's see. So the last thing I need to do is just take the new sound clips, add them to a zip folder, rename the zip folder, and then it should be good to go. All right, so image, sample, actual asset. Perfect. Now I also want to take the OGG file, put that in Unity, and just give it a quick test. Hopefully that comes through. All right, slow off. Yeah, I think it's good. All right. Images in .svg are scalable vector graphics. SVG images and their behaviors are defined as XML text files. Okay, that makes sense. W3 Schools. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I use that site all the time for web development stuff. They have really good workspaces for testing out HTML, CSS, and stuff like that. So that's awesome. Actually, I'll open that up in a different tab just so I can go there after the stream's over. W3 Schools. And oh, they changed it. Where's the search bar? Oh, there it is. Cool. SVG. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got that loaded up. Awesome. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, use it for Python. Yeah, for me too. Like I always forget the syntax for Python, which is really funny because Python was designed to be like a simplified version of a programming language where you don't have to remember as much syntax and it's just based on white space and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of funny. What I would have done for Python is I would have taken the normal syntax of like a strongly typed language like C++ or something, and just if I was going to do white space, just take off the brackets and then take off the parentheses, but keep all the keywords the same and keep all the conditional statements the same. Basically, just strip off the optional characters, and then it would have been so much more intuitive. But I'm not gonna make my own language, so that's not gonna happen. hopefully someone else will make a more intuitive version of Python. All right. Yeah, I think that's all I have for today. I got the asset creation for audio. I'll probably do 3D at some point soon. I just don't have anything in the pipeline, mostly because the last week and a half roughly I've been focusing on updating the website back end and front end to be able to handle audio assets, which was a lot more in depth than I was originally thinking. I tried to kind of plan ahead for different types of assets when I first made the site, but unfortunately you don't think of everything, and it took a lot of manipulation of the code. So, but it is what it is. It's mostly done. It is functional. I want to add some more features like audio settings and stuff. Right now it's just a play button. Actually, I can show it on the stream here. Pull it over here. Let's see. Yeah, 90% looking up syntaxes and actual 10% coding. Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah. I know it's you. It does show your name on my chat feed on Streamlabs OBS. So yeah, I'm glad you're sticking around, checking out the stream and everything. I really appreciate it, and definitely thanks again for all the work you did on the Discord server, man. I don't know how you do it. It looks amazing. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better server than that. Like, legit, it's awesome. Thanks again, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so here's the site. Well, I don't know how many people are actually watching. I think it's just one for right now, which is cool. It's my first stream. I'm not going to be front page news or anything, but I will show you anyways. I changed the asset page, so now it shows 3D and sound effects, and now you can just click on the button and listen to the sounds. Hopefully that's coming through, but yeah. Then you can click on it and has more of a description, play button, download, share, the usual stuff. I do plan on adding more details like the bit rates, the file formats, and what else did I want to add? Nah, I can't think of it right now, but yeah, I do plan on updating the visual layout of that. And same with the 3D models. I want to add some more details like poly count, vert count. I am storing it in the DB already, so it's just literally a matter of having a front end display. I also want to put the category and subcategory underneath the image. That way you can easily remember which category you were under, or even better, I think I should make those links clickable, the text clickable, I mean. Yeah, so you can click on either the category and it'll just pull up the raw category or subcategory. I think that'd be a good idea. I don't know if it's useful or not, but it's worth putting on there and seeing how it goes. Let's see. Do Discord bots also? Awesome. Hell yeah. That's cool, yeah. I would love to learn how to do Discord bot stuff. I also want to learn how to do some more, custom, I don't know if are they bots or widgets? I don't know what they're called in the streaming world, but like alert box, chat box, and stuff like that. I want to do some custom alerts for donations and follows and subscriptions and stuff. If I ever make it to affiliate status, that is the goal, though. Let's see. First streams are always 1 to 2 viewers. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just pretending like there are a lot of viewers, so that way when someone goes to look at the VOD, it's not just me just doing work and not explaining what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm explaining stuff good too. I'm not really a good teacher per se. I just like sharing what I work on. That's basically it. If you can make an an API endpoint in Python using Flask or Django, you can add the bitrate, etc. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, yeah. I like that. Yeah, yeah. Streamlabs does have some cool templates. Right now, I'm doing the free version of Streamlabs, so I don't have access to a lot of templates and stuff. But if my stream starts taking off, I do plan on investing in some higher quality templates. Oh, nice. Yeah. I feel like such a rookie because I spend so much time making game assets and doing programming and stuff, and then like going over to live streaming and any form of like video media, it's totally new to me aside from YouTube video stuff. I'm good at video editing, but doing live stuff is, man, it's kind of overwhelming at first, to be honest. Another thing that I noticed is like I'm looking like way off to the side here because my second monitor is over here. So I gotta change the layout in my Streamlabs. I should have like the chat on the left hand side because it probably looks awkward for me to do that on top of it's starting to hurt my neck already. Old man problems, I tell you. But yeah, so I don't know what else I can say on this specific stream. I think it's probably a good point to end it off here. Let's see. One other thing I should mention is I cross-linked with another site, this 3D model site. Since I do low poly stuff, specifically low poly style and material-based designs, I hooked up with this other site because they make HD models, and they also cross-link back to me, which was really nice of them. So it's definitely worth checking them out. You can browse other models. I mean, these look awesome. Like, I like the low poly style, and that's why I picked it to start with. But it's also low poly's easier, in my opinion, to start with than doing all these super HD models. Plus, with these HD models, since I'm just one person running the site, it's basically impossible for me to make any kind of quantity of assets, right? Like, it's going to be years before I can have a substantial amount of assets. So at least with low poly, I can rapid fire them out. But I do want to learn some HD stuff at some point, doing height maps and UVs and all that stuff, and making textures. Like, it seems like a lot of fun, but maybe sometime in the future. Yeah. So let's see. Let me just check the chat again really quick. Oh, cool. So you're doing it part-time too? Yeah. I have my alerts turned on for your channel. I haven't seen any recently, so I'll have to double check my settings on there because I definitely would like to check out your stream too. Got a small following of your own. Nice, nice. Cool. Yeah, maybe sometime in the future we could do some kind of collab or something. Yeah. So for new followers, read them out loud and say thanks. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely, yeah. I noticed all the big streamers do that. They make sure that they specifically name out all the new follows, any tips, and anything like that. So it's definitely good practice. Cool, cool, yeah. Yeah, we should come up with something. I don't know what yet, but yeah, we'll keep in touch and figure something out. Oh yeah, yeah, I see. Yeah, yeah. So if they're big enough, then they just read out subscribers versus followers. Yeah, yeah. I noticed that with like Jacksepticeye and stuff. He tries to do both, but some streams it's just so rapid fire that it's impossible to keep up with the subs and the follows and stuff. But yeah, it's I appreciate that someone that big actually takes the time to say thanks and everything to even the smallest person in the community. It's like someone that just joined Twitch and has a new channel and they follow a mainstream person and he still says thanks and acknowledges them. So it's great. Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll definitely be in touch. All right. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I'll try out my be right back screen really quick because I forgot to check it, and then immediately after that, I'll try the ending screen, and then I'll check the VOD on my own time. But yeah, thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. I really appreciate it, and thanks again for the Discord setup. Yeah, I everyone that joins that that server is like, damn, dude, you really know your stuff. I'm like, actually, I don't. I had someone that was kind enough to set it up for me. So, yeah. Um, okay. Well, I'm gonna sign off here. I'll try the two screens, and I'll definitely be looking out for your live streams, Redstone Life, and yeah, we'll talk about a collab sometime. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone later.